G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. We're officially over the halfway mark in the NRL season. If you haven't subscribed to the new In the Sheds podcast channel where we post the podcast myself and BKR Sport, make sure that you do check that out. But in this video, I'm going to be getting into my round 11 tips. We've got some shit games in my opinion, but we've also got some really good games. So I'm looking forward to those really good games and I'm looking forward to giving my tips.
Cheers, bro. Subscribe to Entertainer. Who's going to win the All-Stars tonight? Yeah, I like to entertain now.
So the first game sees my Parramatta Eels take on the West Tigers. Now the Tigers will take a lot of confidence out of a 48-0 win to the Brisbane Broncos at Leichhardt Oval. Parramatta are coming off a 22-18 loss to Manly, but we have a very changed side this week. We have Sebo, who got injured in the Manly match. We have the big man, Mitchell Moses, back into the side. I think that's fantastic up against Benji Marshall, Billy Walters and Benji Marshall retaining the halves for the West Tigers. We also have Ryan Madison, who'll make a big impact, I think, in that number 12 jersey. He's been great this year. I was quite surprised by this one, and I still wonder if he's a chance of playing because Nathan Brown in jersey number 13. I've heard he's going through injury and should be out for 2 weeks, but he's been named. As for our bench, Stefano Udikamanu, Brad Takarangi, Murata Niokore and Andrew Davey. I quite like it. There's some young blood and there's a bit of experience there as well with Brad Takarangi and Murata Niokore with a bit of game time. So Jai Field drops to jersey number 21 this week. He has been dropped. As for the West Tigers, Michael Cheekham is in. Michael Cheekham is in. Jersey number 11. Been a while since we saw him. Luke Garner is out of the side. And that's about it. I'm going to tip Parramatta here. We're back at home. We had a loss to Manly. I think we needed a loss. I think a lot of pressure's been taken off us now not sitting in first place. I mean, it'll be good to get the minor premiership and the premiership, but I think the premiership's our aim. And that's what we want. And I think this is almost, besides Ray Stone and Oregon Kafusi, probably the best side that Parramatta's put on paper for mine this year. And I think we could really win it by a lot. I'm not confident though. So I'm confident we'll get the win. So I'm going to tip us 24-16. I think the Tigers will throw a lot of us, but I think having our stars back, I think we'll be too good at Bankwest Stadium on Thursday night. And there will be a game day vlog. The next game sees the North Queensland Cowboys go up against the Manly Sea Eagles. You've got to give credit to the home team. This game is up in Townsville, so it'll be tricky for the Sea Eagle. They're not the best travelling team, in my opinion. Dejan Arce will play jersey number 6. Michael Morgan's still not back for the Cowboys. He hasn't been named in the side. Jordan McLean in jersey number 20. Murray Taulagi in the reserves. There's not many changes there. Adam Fanua-Blake is in for Manly. That is a huge in jersey number 8. And Tavita Fainu is in jersey number 19 as both Brad Parker and Moses Sully retaining that centre role. This is a tough game to tip in my opinion. I honestly think that the Sea Eagles aren't the greatest travelling team and the Cowboys played quite well against Penrith over the weekend. But I am going to tip the Sea Eagles here. I think Manly should and will win this game. I think they'll win by about 12 points. I'm thinking maybe a 24 points to 12 victory for the Sea Eagles here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys get up back at home and they've got a strange side, but they're really doing things the last week. So yeah, I'm going to tip Manly here, but I'm not completely confident, but I'm going to take Manly by 12. Remember when the Brisbane Broncos and the Melbourne Storm was an exciting game? Well, not this friggin' week. This team is woeful, and I'm sorry. Condolences to Jermaine Osako's father. That was really sad for me. And it's kind of sad that they've also lost Tessie New. There's a lot going on at Brisbane, and look, apologetic at parts, other parts, this team needs to get their shit together. Let's have a look at this lineup. They look a little bit better because Katoni Staggs is back for the Bronco. He's in jersey number 3. Darius Boyd retains his jersey in jersey number 4. Their fullback with no Osako and no Tessie New is Anthony Milford, so he drops out of the 6. Brody Croft into the 6 and Tom Dearden into the 7. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not too sure about that one. Payne Haas, Tavita Pangai Jr., Joe Offengawi, kind of looks the same. Bench looks similar. What else is there? Isaac Luke out, Corey Oates out, Tessie New out, and Jermaine Asako out. Let's look at the Storm now. Suliasi Vunivalu is in jersey number 19. So that's a shock there. You've got Paul Momorowski on the wing with Josh Adokar, Brenko Lee, Justin Olam in the centres. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go Melbourne here. Melbourne will win this. I'm actually going to make a prediction, and I did good last week by saying a team will be kept scoreless, and that team was the Broncos, and I tipped them, so I guess I didn't do too good. But I want to make a prediction here that Melbourne won't hit 40. I think they did it last year. I think that Tony Staggs is a big in for them, and I think that Melbourne will win. I'm going to tip Melbourne by 18. I'm going to go 30 points to 12. I can see the Broncos coming up with some points with this side, especially Tom Dearden. I don't know about him in the 7, maybe in the 6, but we'll see how he goes. Yeah, I'm going to back the Storm here, but I don't think they will score 40 points. The next game sees the New Zealand Warriors up against the Sydney Roosters. Now, after this game, David Fusatua, Ken Mamalo, and there is another player, so let me know in the comments because I'm honestly not too sure who it is, I forget, are going back to New Zealand, leaving the club. What does that mean? Chanel Harris-Tavita is in for the side. Where is he playing? I can see the name, but I can't see him. He's on the bench. Jersey number 14. He didn't get time last week. Jack Murchie drops to the reserves. Adam Curran in jersey number 20. Cody Nikorima, Blake Green retain the halves. Let's look at the Roosters now. Who else? Who's in? Still no Daniel Tupou. Matt Ikavalu in for Daniel Tupou. Angus Crichton is also out. Daniel Fafita, Nat Butcher off the reserves. I think the Roosters will win here. I think the Roosters have been in some quite good form. They're coming off a loss to the Raiders. I actually think that Warriors will score some points though. So I'm going to go for a high scoring one. It is on the Central Coast. It's sunny, 3 o'clock footy. I think it's going to be a decent game. And I'm going to take the Roosters here, 30 points to 16. It might surprise you guys. I'm going to take the Roosters by 14 points. I think that the Warriors have some points in them, and I'll take the Roosters 30 to 16. The next game sees the Cronulla Sharks up against the St. George Illawarra Dragons. I am looking forward to this match and the match after. I think Super Saturday is quite promising. I think this Sharks and Dragons game, a battle of... is it at Cogra? It's at Jubilee. So yeah, that is Cogra, isn't it? Yes, it is. Jubilee Oval. William Kennedy in jersey number 1. Let's have a look at the other. Out is Britton Nakora is out, suspended. Scott Sorensen is out, and a big loss for the Dragons is Tarek Sims. He's been suspended. Who's in though? Tristan Saylor in jersey number 19. Jacob Host is back. He will play off the bench. Get around him. Billy Margulius in jersey number 18 for the Sharks. Teague Whiten. Where's he and who is he? Teague Whiten in jersey number 16 off the bench. Real tough game to tip here. The Sharks have been in some real good form. And the Dragons were in some good form, but they didn't show much against the Dogs in that first half. So I am going to take the Dragons here. I'm not completely confident that they'll win this game, but I think they're at their home against the Sharks, who are sharing their home, and I think that's going to fire them up. I think they're going to be pulling a lot of confidence out of Corey Norman's last-minute win last week. So I'm going to take the Dragons here, and I have a feeling the Dragons are going to be defending well. So I'm actually going to take a really low scoreline here, and I'm going to take, it should be high scoring, but I'm going to take the Dragons 16 and the Cronulla Sharks 10. The next game I'm looking forward to, this is going to be a cracker. I cannot friggin' wait. The Canberra Raiders against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The Raiders coming off that win to the Roosters. The Rabbits came charging home against the Knights, but they couldn't get the job done. I think the thing about South, and I'll have a look, I've heard that, yeah, there we go. James Roberts and Ethan Lowe look like they are out for a long time. It could even be the rest of the season. Michael Oldfield is out for the Raiders, meaning Jordan Rapana will play in the centres. And Semi Valami, who made his debut last week, will play in jersey number 5. Jackson Paulo again in jersey number 5 for the Rabbitohs. I think that's about it. Campbell Graham is back. Campbell Graham is in for the side. He is named in jersey number 3. So that's a big in for Souths. Look, I'm going to say right now that I think 100%, and I'm 100% certain, that Canberra will win this game. Canberra will win, and it's going to be a really cold night in Canberra, Saturday night, perfect for the Raiders. But for some reason, I see a few points in this game. I see both teams, attacking teams, scoring tries. So I am going to take the Raiders here over the Bunnies. I'm not confident with the Bunnies, and I think that I'm pretty confident with Canberra and the way they played last week, if they can turn that into something this week. I'm going to take the Raiders 24 to the Rabbitohs 14. The next game sees Newcastle up against the Bulldogs. Now, the Bulldogs, obviously sitting at the bottom of the ladder, a struggling team. They have a great record against Newcastle, but Newcastle didn't have a good record against Souths, and they've gotten beaten 2 years in a row. They beat Souths 2 years in a row now. So that gives me a bit of confidence that they'll win this game. Tex Hoy is in jersey number 18, so he's a chance of playing. Shibasaki is in jersey number 21. Phoenix Crosland. There's no changes there, really. Jake Averillo is back for the Bulldogs. He is named in jersey number 4. Siase Su and Christian Crichton are out. Dean Britt is in the reserves. And Remus Smith is also in the reserves in jersey 20. Look, I think the Dogs, they'll get a few points, but not many. So I'm going to take the Knights here. And I'm going to take the Knights by 16. I think they'll win this game 28 points to 12. I think the Dogs haven't showed much all year. And look, they did show something against the Dragons, but I think Kurt Mann and Mitchell Pearce have been in really good form in the halves. Pong has been decent at the back. Their centres have been good. Their forwards. Newcastle are a real good team this year, so they should beat the Dogs at home. So I'll take Knights 28, Dogs 12. The next game sees the Gold Coast Titans at home against the Penrith Panthers. Now, before I get into my tip, and I want to tip them, I actually think that 15th place Gold Coast are going to beat first place Penrith. I have a really, really bad feeling that Penrith are going to lose this game. I don't know why, but I think the Titans will win. In saying that, I'm not tipping the Titans. I can't tip them. I can't trust them. This is just a really weird feeling that I have. Let's have a look at the team. Beau Fermor is out for the Titans. They've got Kevin Proctor back in their second row. That's real good. Nathan Peets is in jersey number 19. Dale Copley is back in jersey number 4. Have a looking at Penrith. They have some, there you go, they have some big outs. Api Coruscant is out. Who's playing hooker then? Mitch Kenny. Oh, maybe. Should I tip him? Should I tip him? Should I tip him? Should I tip him? I'm tipping the Titans. I'm tipping the Titans. Holy shit. I didn't think I'd do it. Based on this team lineup, Dylan Edwards is out. Dean Vare is out. Api Coruscant is out. Cleary's still in the team with Luai. Brenton Aiden's been good. I like the Titans here. I'm tipping the Titans in a bit of an upset. I'm tipping the Titans by 6 points. I think that they're due a win, and I think Penrith are a real good team. They're currently sitting on top of the ladder. They should win this game by 40. I don't see it. I think the Titans are going to win. I'm not confident. I'm not confident at all in this tip, but I haven't picked many upsets for the round. I only picked, I think, the Dragons for the upset. So I'm going to take the Gold Coast Titans to beat the Penrith Panthers by 6 points. And let's go with, what are we going to go with? Let's go with 20 points to 14. Both teams turn up. Quite an exciting match, and Gold Coast get the W. Okay, guys, so now you've heard my NRL tips for round 11, and holy shit, I can't believe I tipped the Titans. I just think they'll win. I've got a gut feeling they'll win. Let's get into my first try scorers. I did pick Joel Thompson a couple weeks ago. I think I picked Ryan Pappenhausen a couple weeks ago as well. So I haven't been doing too bad in this. I think I picked Momorowski as well. I'm going to take Clint Gutherson. I think Clint Gutherson at $14 is a great price against the West Tigers. I think that we can get some ball to him early, and he'll score the first try. Centres for Manly and Cowboys. I think that Moses Sully at $15 will be your first try scorer. I think it'll be centres night on Friday, because I also think at $14, which is a banging price against that Brisbane defensive of Darius Boyd, at $14, I'm taking Brenko Lee, former Titan. Now this one, I tipped to score a lot, but he doesn't seem to score tries lately. I reckon he'll be first try scorer at Warriors and Roosters. Another centre, I'm going with Joseph Manu at $11. Now, this Sharks and Dragons game, I almost want to get on Braden Haminueli. I don't know how he scored three out of 5 first tries for the year. He's a front row forward, for God's sake. But I'm not going to take him. At $21, I'm going to take, I just got a gut feeling like the Titans, I'm going to take Tague Wilton. Tague Wilton at $21 is my first try scorer. I've got a good feeling about this one. The Raiders and the Rabbits game, I think I've gone for another centre here. I've gone for a few centres. Jared Croker at $14, I like it. I think he'll score first. At $15, I think the Knights do a job on the Dogs. As I said, 28 points to 12. I think Tatuamoga at $15 is an absolute steal. And I'm tipping the Gold Coast to beat Panthers, but I think Panthers will score first. So at $21, I'm going to go with Liam Martin. Let's get into my actual multis though. So they're my first try scorers. My multi for the Raiders and Rabbits, I don't mind this. The Raiders head-to-head, Jared Croker anytime, Harley Smith-Shields, who's making his NRL debut this weekend, and we love to see debut tries, and neither team to score 30. That's paying $22.75. I like that. Now, I've got a multi involving the AFL here, and I think this will get up. I think this is a steal. I'm taking the Western Bulldogs 1-39, Richmond 1-39 in an upset over GWS, Melbourne head-to-head, Carlton 1-39. They could win by 40 plus, and North Melbourne have a great record against them, and the Raiders head-to-head. That's paying $17.60. I could have changed by the time you jump on it. I got on this on Sunday, but I like it. Anytime try scorers, it's hard to pick this round, but I've gone with 5. For us, I think he's due at $4. I'm going to back Sean Lane, anytime try scorer. I'm going to back a few forwards here, and I'm going to continue it on Friday night with the Cowboys and Manly, $5 on Cohen Hess. Harley Smith-Shields at $2.50. It's not the best price in the world, but I think an NRL debut and the Raiders, a cold night, I think they'll get some ball to him, and I think he'll cross over from meat pie. Tatuamoga at $2.80. It's a steal price. I think he'll score against the Dogs. He's been in some good form. And Corey Thompson at $4.33 to get the Titans the W. I haven't got one for every game. I've got one for the Eels game. The Eels head-to-head, Clint Gutherson anytime, Sean Lane anytime, Sevo anytime, and the Eels to win both halves. That's paying $24, so not bad there. I'm taking 2 Quinillas. I'm taking Clint Gutherson, Micah Sevo at $51, and Jared Croker and Semi Vamali, who is a great player, playing on the wing. So I'm going to take that at $67. And my final bet for the round, I've gone to the Broncos and the Storm game. It was hard to find a bit of value, but I don't mind this one. I'm going to take the Storm 13+. I'm going to take a Brenko Lee anytime, Josh Adokar anytime, Tino Fusiyama, I hate the name, Fui Samali, I think that's the name right, anytime try scorer. And I don't see them putting 40 on the Broncos, so I'm going to say neither team to 40. That's paying $51.50. Good luck in your bets. Let me know your tips and bets in the comments. I can't wait to attend Eels and Tigers on Thursday night. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on Thursday.